If I could have your attention for just a moment, I have somebody very special to bring up to the stage. Thank you. This is worth it. Many of you, obviously, if not most of you here, have been touched in some way by cancer, either personally, through a friend, through a family member. It's the reason we're here. It's the reason we're raising money. And these are the people that inspire us to do what we're doing tonight. Thank you. And this is for the next person coming to the stage, not for me. It's my pleasure to introduce one of those people to bring back to the stage. You've sort of met her already. Her daughter has been fighting with leukemia. It's affected her and her family, but she's going to talk to you a little bit more about this right now. Alison, Sierens, if you would come to the stage right now, mother of our daughter, of our young lady of the year, little Miss Kendall, who's been up here dancing.
Use my escort up here. Yay, Jack. This is slanted. I can't put my drink down, so we're gonna... Hello. On June 21st, 2006, ironically the first day of summer, our family was thrown into a very harsh, winter-like journey called leukemia. Our 2-year-old daughter, Kendall, had been suffering from intolerable stomach pains, and after having brought her into the ER, fearing perhaps appendicitis, we quickly and shockingly learned that she had acute lymphoblastic leukemia, cancer. Try to imagine how you would feel if someone told you, "I'm sorry, your child has cancer." Your child has cancer. I can still remember how it felt. There was no air left in the room to breathe. Your heart is pierced wide open, and the fear of the unknown is all that surrounds you. As a parent, your thoughts scramble to make sense of it all, but ultimately, the realization that number one, there is nothing you can do to change this diagnosis, and number two, we have to move forward from here and trust in the doctors and the medicines, is all that there is to go on. And being a religious family, we also placed ourselves into God's hands. Over the next 3 years, Kendall's journey involved a very rigid protocol of countless hospital visits and very intense medications. She was regularly given multiple intravenous chemotherapy drugs, spinal taps, those were the worst, steroids, anti-nausea medicines, and other drugs as a means to rid her of the leukemia and keep it from returning. She endured significant weight gain, complete hair loss, and terribly erratic behavior as a result of the enormous amount of treatments that were bombarding her fragile little system. In that 3-year time period, while her preschool friends were outside playing and generally living a carefree existence, Kendall was, for the most part, extremely sick and in danger of becoming sicker if exposed to common germs and viruses. So she spent a lot of time on our couch inside watching TV, but feeling pretty lousy. All in all, it was incredibly difficult to make life seem normal for our family. At the time, Kendall's older sisters were 5 and 7, and there were plenty of things that we couldn't do, places we couldn't go to, for fear of bringing illnesses back into the home. And like other families who have lived through this, we were confronted with creating a new normal in our lives. I remember reading a quote that said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." And I think our family learned to accept a lot of help from friends and family, and to entrust ourselves to these oncologists and nurses who so generously and ably guided Kendall. But most importantly, I feel that we faithfully relied on the drug protocols that have been developed over the last 30 years in hopes that Kendall would someday be healthy again. But in some of the darkest days of her illness, there certainly were times of true despair, when you just could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Having a child with cancer makes you wonder about all of the what ifs. I recall practicing in my own head what I want to say to a large crowd like this if I were to someday have to give her eulogy. For sure, leukemia does not spare every child, and some parents do have to bear the unthinkable what if. But tonight, instead, we are so fortunate to be able to celebrate our daughter's wonderful health, and in fact, next week marks Kendall's 6th year in remission, so we're going to toast. I'm going to keep drinking, keep clapping. And tonight, I'm able to speak of thankfulness. Thanks to all of you who have participated in helping change the lives of a person with cancer. People like the men and women of the year and their friends and family, who, in an unbelievable way, gave so generously and tirelessly to raise money that funds the research of drug therapies which saves lives. Because of you, someday there will be another mother like me who can say, my child is a survivor. And thank you to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, whose unwavering, unbelievable dedication to this cause does make it possible for us all to truly hope for a cure. Okay, I have 2 sentences left. When I look at my daughter, I do know that I'm looking at a living miracle, and I'm so proud of her. Thank you.
Here's to Alison, to Kendall. Thank you so much.